The Dodgers just sent a serious message to the rest of MLB that they mean business, and I'm here to tell you all about it. Hey, this is Mike Nelson of Dodgers Digest. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I want to thank the almost 12% who have already hit the subscribe button, the ones that are watching these videos. But 87% of you have not hit the subscribe button yet. We have thousands of you now watching these videos on a daily basis. We want to thank everybody who's already subscribed. We reached the 1,000 subscriber mark before the playoffs. That was our goal. But our new goal, myself and Brad J., we have a goal of reaching 2,000 subscribers before the World Series kicks off because we think our Dodgers are going to go all the way, and we want you to be part of it. So make sure to hit the subscribe button and help out a couple cool Dodger fans. Let's get right into it. Of course, the Dodgers get a big 7-5 win. That's right. Dodgers win Game 1, and that's the important thing, right? It was a nail-biter, to say the least. It was one of those games where hopefully you'd had your blood pressure medicine at hand because it was just a wild game. It was a back-and-forth game, a big comeback win for the Dodgers. They were down 3-0 in the first inning. So it started out pretty rough for everybody out there in LA at the stadium. It was loud at Dodger Stadium, which is always great to see. But for those of us watching on TV, it was definitely a rough start, to say the least, with, of course, Manny Machado hitting a 2-run shot early in the game. And, it was 3-0 early. That was a rough start, to say the least, from Yoshinobu Yamamoto. But as they talked about on the broadcast, Joe Davis, our own Joe Davis from of course, Spectrum Sports in LA, representing the Dodger fans on Fox Sports 1 tonight, he was talking about with the, of course, John Smoltz, the analysts on the broadcast today, how the Dodgers were going to have to, potentially out-hit the Padres in terms of, out-hitting their own pitching issues, right? And that's exactly what the Dodgers did today. They basically out-hit San Diego. They were able to, knock in the runs when they counted. That's something that, of course, San Diego did not do today. Think about it. The Padres had runners in scoring position, what was it, the first 3 or 4 innings? I believe the first 3 innings in every inning. And then, of course, had runners in scoring position again late in the ball game in the 8th and 9th inning, and they were unable to take advantage. And that was really the big difference, to say the least. Let's take a look at, of course, our offense. Like I was talking about, the offense was absolutely great. We're going to talk about Ohtani in a bit, but Freddie Freeman, we've got to talk about him. He had a couple big hits early in this game. Starting off the day 2 for 2. Ended up going 2 for 5, but those hits early in this ball game were huge. Even stealing a base with, of course, the injured ankle. There was a lot of question marks whether Freddie Freeman was going to play tonight. He ends up playing. He has a solid day, to say the least. And then we have to talk about Teoscar Hernández. Only had 1 hit, but it ended up being the winning hit. Knocked in the 2 runs that end up, of course, being the winning runs there. At the time, making it 6-5. Giving the Dodgers the lead. They were trailing 5-4 at that point. Getting those 2 runs, giving the Dodgers the lead. They never gave it up after that. And Teoscar Hernandez, like we talked about on the show, he has been the unsung hero for the Dodgers all season long. He has been the kind of player the Dodgers, signed up for. I think they're getting more than what they expected, to say the least. They just signed him for 1 year. I think they signed him hoping he'll make some impact, but look at the impact he's had. And already in his first game with the Dodgers in the playoffs, makes a huge impact, right? Getting basically the winning hit. Just a absolutely marvelous season, to say the least, from Hernandez, and once again getting the biggest hits in the biggest moments. That's exactly what you want from your players. And getting that hit there to knock in the 2 runs to give the Dodgers a lead. At the time, you knew it was big, and it ended up proving to be the winning hit. So you got to commend him. 2 outs as well, high pressure situation, and the offense ends up coming up big. And of course, Teoscar Hernández is the big hero. Ends up getting gets himself interviewed, of course, on Fox Sports 1. And got to talk about, of course, the legendary Shohei Ohtani. That's right. Shohei Ohtani was his first playoff game. Hard to believe. His first playoff game in his career. he already has had a storied career, but he had never played in the playoffs until today. Had a great day going 2 for 5. But the big moment in this ball game has to be the 3-run shot. At the time, Dodgers were trailing, of course, 3-0. Second inning, things are not looking good. Shohei Ohtani steps up and hits a big 3-run shot. Just a bad pitch, of course, left by Dylan Cease. That's for sure. That was a bad pitch that Cease left up there that, of course, Ohtani took advantage of. And like Smoltz was talking about on the broadcast, in the first inning, Ohtani got out, basically a fly out. It was a high fastball, and Cease just was cocky. Tried to get Ohtani out again with the same pitch in the second inning, and it ends up really, coming back to affect the Padres in a big way, and Ohtani takes advantage. Just a big clutch home run to tie up the game. The crowd goes wild, and that was the highlight of the game. Think about it. That's what's going to be going on at SportsCenter all around the world, and people are, of course, going ecstatic right now for Shohei, also getting interviewed by Fox after the game, and just great to see Ohtani, have a big signature moment in his first playoff game. Sometimes guys going into the playoffs, with a lot of pressure. Ohtani was asked about that before tonight's game, if he felt any pressure, and he said nope. That was it. Basically, what he said. He said nope. Did not use his translator for that one. He simply said nope, and that was pretty crazy because in his first game he already has a signature moment, and like I've talked about before, where would the Dodgers be without Shohei Ohtani? I don't know where they would be. I don't even think they'd be playing right now in the National League Division Series. They would be a playoff team without Ohtani. Let's say Ohtani was not on this team. They would be a wild card team at best, and they probably would have got knocked out in the first round in the wild card series if Ohtani was not on this team. That's how important Ohtani's been down the stretch. I mean, the numbers he's had with runners in scoring position is absolutely extraordinary. Had an opportunity in the 8th inning with runners in scoring position, didn't get a hit. That was like the first time forever that Ohtani didn't do something positive with runners in scoring position. But please give the guy a break. But it's felt like the last few weeks, every time there's runners in scoring position, Ohtani is doing something positive. And today was of course the case again, hitting a 3-run homer when his team definitely needed it. The Dodgers really could not afford to fall down any further in this game. They, of course, tied the game up, and you got to remember the Padres did take a 5-3 lead after that. So, the Dodgers still had to face some adversity after that home run. It wasn't a smooth sail to the end. It definitely was rocky, and got to talk about that. The pitching woes continue. Yoshinobu Yamamoto had a rough start, to say the least. Only lasted 3 innings in his first career playoff start. I'm a bit disappointed. Did not pitch his best. And, the middle relief was somewhat good, but then at the end, it got rough. Michael Kopech ran into trouble. Did not have his best day, as even Joe Davis talked about on the broadcast. And then, of course, Blake Trinan, ends up getting the save, but with a lot of stress on his arm, throwing, 40 pitches? 39, 40 pitches, can't quite remember. Gets a big strikeout on Machado at the end. Got to commend him for that, but that is concerning. The pitching woes are there. They're evident. Dodgers scored a lot of runs today to win, but how are they going to win 3 games in this series with the kind of pitching they're having? The pitching has to get better. Tomorrow, Jack Flaherty has to go deep in the game. He's going to have to get some, got to get at least 5-6 innings. You hope for 7. Why not? But he's got to get 5-6 solid innings because this bullpen has been exhausted tonight. It took so much out of the Dodgers to win this game. Like, we've seen this in baseball before. When a team has to exert so much energy in terms of pitching, hitting, mental toughness, stress, everything. It took so much out of the Dodgers in this game 1. You just wonder what kind of Dodger team we're going to see tomorrow, and what kind of team we're going to see for the rest of the series, because they need to win 3 games. They have to win 3 games to advance. And I'm a bit concerned. I wonder if they have enough to do that, right? Because the pitching is definitely an issue, and Flaherty has to come up big. And the bullpen, they got to be better. They were wild tonight. Padres are not swinging at bad pitches. You can see this team is patient, and it's only a matter of time before they get the right pitch there. So, a little bit concerned. Happy with the win, but concerned with the rest of the series and how much it took out of the Dodgers to win this game. Just looking at it objectively, like I think you deserve as a baseball fan. Looking at it objectively, the Dodgers did take a lot to win this game. You just hope they can get some easy wins. Or not easy, nothing is easy in the playoffs, but you just hope they can get some more, can be a bit more comfortable in the next few games, because it's going to be tough to win 3 games in this manner. Remember, subscribe, and let's go Dodgers.